Hello, everyone, and it is time for us to continue our adventure tonight in Azroom with Viva La Dirt League on our watch party here. Let's check it out, and let's see what the boys are up to.
So I talked to the guard about where they're keeping the drugs at the moment.
Used to be in the laboratory, mate.
Of course, yeah.
By the way, last episode, tons of comments about Australia and how it's Jurassic Park, and we had lots of comments about the alien dinosaurs there. Oh my gosh, we had so many great comments from people all around the world about how great last episode was and our talks that we had and the corks on the hats. And we found out a lot about Australian lore last week. Coco was telling us we're going to start a GoFundMe page for some type of assault weapon. Thank you. That'll go towards Coco's assault weapon that we're going to get her on our GoFundMe page.
Got trashed, so we had to move it into the warehouse in a crate.
As a strain starts to come out to see what the noise is, this is your next challenge. What happens?
It's just the dingoes, mate.
You've done the Erangel steal.
They are sitting at the fuzzy furry table still. Eric asked if they're still sitting there. Yes, this is a brand new session. I was informed by our YouTube audience that they had no air conditioning here. And funnily enough, they had no air conditioning and they had a fuzzy furry table, which would probably make me feel like I was hotter, right? But I don't know. It feels kind of cozy and I like the audio in here. And hello, beautiful. Nikki's calling me handsome. And when she does that, boy, my heart goes aflutter. Oh my goodness. Making my heart go flutter, girl. You stop it. You stop it, you bad girl. Stop it right now.
You've done the drugs, you've done the weapons, you've done the food and wine and spices. Gold and jewelry, you need to put in some kind of a vault or something.
And we don't know where the vault is.
It's okay, you're here now, Retro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's in the office. Oh, good to know.
Someone to take
Okay.
You just need to say the code.
You
didn't hear what the code was, but
Okay.
you know that she
I know there
gets
is a-
that code from somewhere in the office.
So I'm going to
constantly
just
forgetting
so
it.
we're not truly taken by surprise, I'm going to do detect magic.
All right, detect magic, casting it as a spell slot again, or ritual, 10 minutes.
This could. I don't want to fucking. It's getting high now.
Can I try and detect magic?
you can.
I wanna see what
You can attempt it.
I'm just going to bring up my lights and revealing real quick as well. But
Also, by the way, I would like to address this because in the past I've used that Adam was metagaming on many times and occasions. And people are confusing my definition of metagaming, which is the actual definition of metagaming versus what is AI's version of metagaming and maybe a lot of RPers version of metagaming is. Now, the incorrect version of metagaming is this version that AI gives you and that people think that it is, but I'm going to give you what is actually the definition of metagaming after this. And I'm getting a lot of comments about this from people who are trying to catch up to our current episode right now. So many comments, like every week I get 3 or 4 comments about this, and I would just like to address this right now. Now, here is the incorrect definition, and I'll get a lot of flack from this, but please stick with me. Metagaming in terms of what people in RP worlds and the new way of life and the new definition of metagaming is in the context of role-playing games, metagaming is using out-of-character knowledge to gain an advantage in game, right? This means using information that your character wouldn't have access to, such as knowing details about other characters, strategies, blah, 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 blah. That's somewhat, there's parts of that's correct, but let me tell you what metagaming is in the version of the 90s, okay? In the 90s, the definition of metagaming was to take the game mechanics and find an exploit or something in the game, a game mechanic, and to exploit it and to be the metagamer. Like you found something in the game or a game mechanic in the game that you can use to your advantage and exploit it for your use. Now, that is the way that 90s people look at metagaming. This is a very watered down version of what metagaming used to be. For people that would like some references for 90s kind of gaming, metagaming, and they would like to see it used in examples, look up old Athene Win videos. Athene Wins videos. In fact, he got metagaming from me. I'm just saying that's a long story though. And of course, did we think it was anything else than me?
I'm in a fountain.
Of course it's me. And Retro says, I think my PC is struggling to handle DG being on the screen. It can't even handle me right now, Retro. It can't even handle me.
So I got a 19.
All right, with a 19, you don't detect any magic in the room.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure
I'm
there's
gonna
no
try
magic
and
in
see
here.
this invisible thing.
Yeah.
And I noticed that Vincent said, hey, IRP, what the hell? And this is not a shot across the bow to RP gamers. This is more like a history lesson for the younger folks.
I'm pretty sure there's no magic in here.
I'm
Bring up
not-
Lantern
I'm
Light
not-
revealing.
Lantern revealing. Okay.
It reveals a doorway behind her in the wall.
Hang on. No.
This is
Lantern
I
revealing!
thought lantern revealing was for
Invisible
animals.
things.
invisible things.
And objects.
And objects. Okay.
Invisible creatures, objects, anything
You
invisible.
find this is literally the first time you've ever used it properly.
Lantern
Congratulations.
of revealing.
All
Thank you.
right. Are we using an item?
You're not gonna hate me.
What just happened here? What just happened here? Wow.
I'm stunned by it. I have to do like multiple. Like, because it's neither.
Wow, Kiera. Wow.
Shit, look at
We
what
just
this
talked
thing can
about
do!
This is a thing. And it does work. I was starting to really think it just didn't work.
You got a faulty one.
They must be keeping the money here somewhere. Detect magic?
And I guess I'll try Lantern of Reveal.
Oh, it actually worked this time!
it actually worked.
Oh!
I can see things.
You're not an idiot, Greg. You didn't use
not a complete idiot. Oh my God, Lantern of Revealing, shut up.
It actually revealed something.
Because normally you use it and it's the worst timing and you're real shit.
Because you're an idiot.
You're normally quite shit.
Yeah.
Why don't we just focus on the positive thing that's
Well,
happening
no,
right now?
but the thing is, you're usually an idiot and usually use it in the wrong scenario.
Yeah, and then
Wow. Stop. Just because he grows garlic and he's normally a garlic farmer, you have to respect that he's a cleric. Now stop this.
this is the first time you've ever used it correctly. Can't we just be happy that I used it right this time?
I mean, I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but usually you're a fucking idiot, Greg.
You guys kind of took this moment away from me a little bit. Like I was
sorry, I don't know if
you're
you deserve this
misunderstanding.
moment.
You're misunderstanding. Normally you're shit.
Yeah. Okay, go.
Okay, now we go ABCIOP.
Diva!
Nothing happens.
VAC?
Give it.
ABDBCIOP.
Nothing happens.
Let me take a photo of it. So I can.
Oh, this is fun.
IOP.
Did you hear us say the code? Didn't you
No,
say
I missed that part. I mean, yes.
Adult.
I knew that I had to hear the code.
So we can figure it out from this. We can figure it out.
Adult black dragon, brontosaurus, cockatrice, intellect devourer, ogre, and polar bear.
Do you say that out loud in character?
He did, just think.
I did say that out loud in character.
All right. An alarm starts to blare from the entire thing. The entire
Comedy
combat.
retract!
You fucked up by saying the not password.
Oh no. No. Damn. Why? Don't let the barbarian speak in a situation like this. This is a heist. Everybody knows this. See, this is why I need to be the party leader here. I would say, no, he didn't say that out loud. Of course he did not say that loud. He is the barbarian. Why is Bodger speaking at all? Just fight and gamble.
Yeah. I knew it was pretty likely they were going to set off an alarm, and that's why, luckily, when I pickpocketed those guys, they had the code word that you had to say to turn off the alarm, which is...
I'll allow it.
Oh, Bob coming through like a mouse. Okay. Thinking on the fly. Thinking on the fly right there.
The alarm was going off. We needed the alarm off code. Luckily, I pickpocketed a guy earlier, and he happened to just have the code in his pocket for some reason. God knows why. Mage hand activate again. Ooh, pray tell, what is this? It's a passcode for an alarm. Excuse me. Why are you carrying a passcode for your alarm? That seems very dangerous.
Always forgetting it, mate.
It's a simple turn of phrase. Just memorize it.
Nah, I can't go. Wait, what have you got? You shouldn't have that.
I don't.
should have that. What?
I don't have it. Keep drinking.
Oh, it's mine. I got it. This is mine. All right.
Idiot. Woo! The safety word, code alarm.
I love that. This is your last of your hero token. Your heist tokens.
Yeah.
What is an Australianism that will piss off our Australian audience for the code word to be?
Throw another
shrimp on the barbie is what you're saying.
I don't think it's
Because Australians say prawn.
I think it's going to piss everybody off.
Yeah.
Not just the
You have to say, it says.
It should be the name of that death bird that we looked up last week. What was the name of that bird we were looking up last week? Do you guys remember? What was the name of that bird with the crazy ass claw hand, man? That was nuts, man. Maddie made me look up that thing. I'm still thinking about that this week. You know, I thought about that at least 5 times this week.
There's a note from Polenia to this guy that says, "If I
cassowary,
if
thank
you
you,
set off that goddamn alarm while I'm
Coco's
sleeping
here. Hey,
one more
Coco.
time, there'll be
He was
hell
like,
to
I
pay.
forgot. So did
Just
I.
remember, for Christ's sake."
Eric says, you know you like wine when you have a hat with dangling corks. We found out the reason for the dangling corks last week, Eric. You can find out the reason why the dangling corks are on the hat. Australians wear that. Coco can tell you right now, actually.
Throw another shrimp on the back.
Coco, let us know.
Throw another shrimp on the barbie.
Yeah, it was a good episode. Last week's episode was excellent.
But let's be
the
quick.
alarm's
Let's
still
be
went off real quick, like,
let's
so
be
heads
quick.
gone off.
Yeah. Because someone might come and investigate.
Because look at that thing again. What is it? ABC.
Adult black dragon, brontosaurus.
Don't.
No, I'm not doing it in character. Notice how I didn't do the accent.
I love how quickly you both jumped on.
Barbarian.
Stop saying it.
Okay,
what if we try it again?
Adult black, not in
just
character.
quickly, do you need
Adult
a
black
high-def
dragon,
boss copy?
brontosaurus, cockatrice, intelligent devourer, ogre, polar bear, and we've
it
tried.
was that.
So
It was
we've said the words in that exact order. We've tried.
must be
We've tried A,
anagram.
B,
If anybody
C,
wants to make
I,
an,
O, P.
if you want to work this out, you can. If
Let's
you
go
want to get some clues, I'll
intelligence check, and I got 8 plus. I think it's 4.
8 plus stuff for 12, was it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Can I do a perception check?
No, you can make an intellect.
What about a sleight of hand?
You can make an investigation check if you want clues.
Investigation. Go. 6. That thing, man.
That's cocked as fuck.
What'd you get total, Baradun?
14.
13 plus
14.
Okay, I'm doing an intelligence
17.
check.
With a 14, you learn that you obviously see that these aren't animals, and it says animal checklist. So the things that have been chosen
Wait, hang on.
I'm just going to
are
take a photo of
specifically
it, then I'll
chosen
do it
for a
after.
reason. With a 14, you also notice. You also noticed that there was something written here before animal checklist. You already found that out.
And what about with a 17?
With a 17, you also notice that these are written in alphabetical order.
Yeah, right.
A, B, C, I, O, P is in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Okay, I think if we say
Yeah,
the
I
words
assume it's a thing.
in alphabetical order.
No.
No, so hang on. I'm not doing that.
It's already in alphabetical order.
It's a word. A, B, C, I, O, P is a word. We just need to figure out what the it is.
If either of you two wants to try with an intelligence check or an
Get a better intelligence check than us.
Is it the first letters of every, because the adult black dragon is A, B, D? Like, or is it just the first letter of all of the...
I feel like it's just the first letter of...
Yeah, he's rolling again, by the way.
An alarm went off, so there are going to be people.
Yeah.
coming to
People are
check
definitely
eventually.
coming shortly. We need to figure this out quickly.
Who's got tokens left?
I do.
You've got a token left.
I've got one token.
Okay, yeah.
one.
You got a token left?
I've also got one. All 3 of us have 1 left.
No,
He's used his.
Oh, you use both? The 2 of us have 1 left. If you want to do it,
2 tokens.
Because if we don't do it quick, we're going to be using a token to stop someone walking here.
okay.
So the token will not be used for me to give you the thing, but you can use it to somehow distract the guards that are coming to check out what the thing was about. Like you could, with your preparation, you specifically got to know one of the guys. You could like make yourself look like a guy and be like, "Oh, sorry, fella, it's just me."
Yeah.
So that could work.
The illusion. Is
do we have to do that now?
There's
okay.
You look out the window and you see that there's a guy coming out from that pub, stumbling a little bit.
Yeah.
Coming over to check what the problem
I knew that if we set an alarm off, that people were going to end up coming and checking on us.
So I ingratiated myself with the guard, and we became the best of friends. Good. Anyway, the alarm that's in the compound. If I was to, someone was to set that off, like who would come to check? Who would come to check?
Me, mate.
Oh,
Your old pal.
Oh, my
Your best
old
friend.
pal. Oh, good. So if I was to set it off, if someone was to set it off, they'd see
I'd come
you.
to check. And then,
Brilliant. Oh, good.
And
And,
then-
I'd be like, hey, mate. I mean,
Yeah,
they'd be like, hey, mate.
Yeah, you'd be, yeah, that's right.
So I put the face back on.
His face right there. Hold on.
Hey, mate. I mean,
Yeah,
they'd be
well,
like,
mate,
hey, mate.
Yeah, you'd be, yeah, that's right.
So I put the face back on and I stepped back outside and I pretend to be a little bit drunk and have a chat with them and send them off there. Don't worry, it was just me. I'm a bit of a f***ing drunk and I'm a bit of a
clumsy klutz.
You know us Australians, we love our liquor.
You know, mate.
They're pissing off like all the Australians on this one, man. The Kiwis are uniting to piss off all Australians.
for a TV later.
Oh, you've been on those. Oh, you've been on the bloody VBs, mate.
VBs,
Oh, bloody hell.
come on in and have
The
some
vomit
drinks with
bombs,
us.
yeah, boy.
Get some stubbies.
I will solve you.
You managed to get rid of the guy,
What
but
are
you
the
did have
letters?
to use a disguise self for that.
Yep.
So another wild surge check.
ABDCIOP.
It triggers up to a five now.
That gave me a fright because I thought it said 4 and
What were the letters? ABDCIOP.
Either of you two make an investigation check. You haven't done
Is
so
that
yet.
what it is?
ABDBCIDOBP.
In the thing.
That didn't do
Is
it.
it-
13.
Right, I get
I've got
that.
it.
I'm trying to figure out.
I've got a question. Is an intellect devourer an animal?
No.
So on this list, that could be the only thing that's not an animal?
The black dragon wouldn't
It's
count
bad
as an animal.
Pico.
Okay.
Ogre won't count.
Bad Pico.
14 investigation.
Ogre won't count as an animal.
Ogre also not an animal.
So
Which
if it-
ones are-
what
All right,
ones are
that's for the
animals?
Star Citizen stream.
The cockatrice in some circles might be an animal. The brontosaurus definitely is. The polar bear is.
So, I've got a feeling that's not
You
the
would
right
get. You would get then combined off of the 14 on top of what these guys have already told you from theirs. I'd say that the fact that they're in alphabetical order means that the order of this matters, obviously.
Yeah.
But the first letter of each of the things is probably just to put them in an order.
You got to spell
The first letter
something with
probably
it.
doesn't matter. The order does.
Right.
Drongo.
As you say Drongo, the second letter of each of those words, the door opens.
Drongo.
What?
Bloody Drongo.
Drongo.
What is Drongo? I'm lost. I'm lost. What is Drongo? Why did that go over my head? What's going on here?
Like, how the fuck do you get drunk?
Drongo.
As you said Drongo, Greg looks at it. Drongo! The door opens.
Screams Drongo. Top of his lungs.
I've got it! He opens the door. I've got it! As it says Drongo, the door opens and you see a vault that is extra dimensional space. There is no, you've been around the back of this building, there's nothing, so it's an extra dimensional space, but it is like a Harry Potter vault. Is like gold just everywhere in here. Actually, no, my mistake, because they've not been good for it. It's got the room to do so. It looks from the amount of gold in here that they've probably had a hard few months. There is still quite a bit of gold in here, quite a bit of magical items.
I'm totally lost. I am totally lost on this Drongo thing. Okay. Coco's letting us know this is Australian slang. Australian slang means Drongo means it's like calling somebody an idiot. Drongo. Okay, thank you, Coco.
Yes, sir. You're not gonna hit me.
Thank you. We needed you for that, Coco. Coco explaining to us the Australian language. I know what a budgie smuggler is, by the way. So I do know a couple Australian terms. And you'd be happy that I know that, Coco, because I hung out with Australians on EVE Online forever. I was my first corp in EVE Online was all Australians. Shout out to Darwin. And when I first started playing EVE, and then I became like some crazy power egomaniac. You would never believe that, but and then I had to quit it because it was a drug. But the Aussies taught me quite a bit.
And things you look around as
All
well.
the gold jewelry, magical items down.
There's a lot that you would probably.
But here's what I gotta say: how does that have to do with the whole ABDCIOP thing? The Drongo is. I'm not quite sure how that even calculates into the code there. Caldwell says finally catching DG and D&D live for once. What's up, Caldwell? Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here live.
Take a ride on my hover bike. Hover bike, yeah.
I love hover bikes. I love hover bikes. That's just in regards to like a song that I sang one time. A lot of these alerts are in regards to songs that I sing. Caldwell, it is great having you here live. Listen, if you are watching on YouTube and you can't get here, you should have no excuse now because Caldwell got here. And if Caldwell can get here, so can you. Thank you, Caldwell, for being an example for everyone.
Now, just hypothetically.
Paula, hi, Paula. Paula says it was the second letter in the list, I think. Okay, so one of the letters, Drongo. Okay, so the D, it was the D in the letters. So one of the letters was a word, and that was the word. Okay. I'm still a little bit confused by that, though, Paula. I'm not quite sure why.
Yes.
If we planted the new gold that way carefully without setting off.
So it's like our gold's marked. Right?
Our gold's marked or whatever.
We're so
and
rich.
thank you, Eric, for gifting Caldwell.
Hypothetically,
I know exactly what it is.
but just let me finish. You place it, and then you take other stuff. Where does that go wrong? Because
because Rob's going to make it go
where
wrong.
does it go wrong?
So the people might notice the
custodians might
notice, but then they would also notice all the.
But when are they They're never gonna check this. Like the thing with like a room like this is you don't check it that frequently, right? Like,
well, she checked it.
She
checked it today. She checked it today.
Okay, yeah, but that aside.
Let's say that goes on a vault, and that vault's got like $20 million in it, and then you take a stack of 1,000. No one's going to notice that unless it's like
the gold, silver, and platinum that is in here is less than the 10,000 that you've got.
Okay,
so they'd notice.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm right with you, but I think it's.
I think we need to walk away.
It looks like the custodians have fallen on hard times for the last few months since their lab was ransacked.
Fine. And what am I doing? I'm a cleric. I want to steal. Don't steal. Nobody steal.
Correct.
Yeah. There's steal bad.
Steal bad.
Right.
Steal bad.
Greg.
Let's turn around and walk away.
There's some potions in here.
Was it?
You see?
I don't know. There's a little thing talking.
Have we already dropped off the potions? Have we already dropped off potions?
There's a potion of invisibility you need to drop off.
We haven't dropped off the magical items.
Well, by the sounds of it, they live here as well, so we can drop off gold.
Yeah, I mean, like last week's episode, I did agree with Greg that they should try and save that little girl in the cage. That was horrible. I am horrified that little girl is still in the cage, by the way. I don't think I'm ever getting over that. And I was totally in Greg's corner. But, like, maybe since they're in there, maybe a little bit, they could just, like, gold or something, just like something maybe. But I get it. That ruins the overall purpose of why they're there at the custodian's warehouse. They have to frame them. So if they're stealing at the same time they got to frame them, that might not work out exactly the way that they want it. They need to do this for the Blade songs. This is for Bob's family. Caldwell says the wife gave birth to our son a year ago, just got the time to catch up on YouTube and now have the time to watch live. Oh my goodness. I remember those days, Caldwell. Enjoy, man. Enjoy. You're still in that stage where they're young and it's hard to get sleep. You got about another year and a half, maybe. And then maybe sleep comes a little bit easier. But thank you for being here. I know what a sacrifice that is, Caldwell. Thank you, bro. Thank you. And congratulations to you.
Yeah,
everything.
Gold, magical items.
That are definitely magical.
And jewelry, yeah.
It's basically the rest of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some wondrous
we take
items
it from
you can see.
our inventory.
Very magical looking.
With this little thing that keeps talking.
I remember that too.
And we move on.
All right, you drop off your last of your items.
My mage hand is
you see these permanent bags under my eyes right now? You see those? This is a single father raising 2 kids, 5 and 2, man. After my wife passed away, it was just me. So these bags are permanently ingrained into me. They will never go away from that, dude.
Like so much stuff.
All right, we leave. We have officially left.
Wait, so we've done everything? Sorry, we've done everything on the list? Great.
You officially leave. You leave the custodiate premises.
Yes, we leave.
Without
My
stealing
chaos
anything.
tendencies are tingling.
As are mine, Bob, but I
just want to take a moment with Bob and be like, I'm proud of you. Like, good work.
Thank you.
Cough up on gold. Put it in that card. Put it in.
to run back.
Like,
Kiera, oh my goodness.
what's your mouth?
Get it out. Get it out, Bob. Get it. Don't make me take it
How
out
many
of
do you
your
have in
mouth,
there,
Bob.
Bob? How many do you have in there? Is it just that
12 potions.
Some blue mushrooms as well.
I put my horse pocket in my mouth.
Oh my goodness, 4 kids on. Are you doing that on your own, Kiera, or do you have somebody helping you? Because if you're doing it on your own, I would like you to introduce you to Hugh, who we are trying to make a love connection with. Now, I don't know if Dragons and Hugh have hooked up yet, but if they haven't, then I would have to steer you towards Hugh, Kiera. Okay. What's up, Maddie? Hey, how's Maddie doing? Maddie's here. Maddie's here. Maddie's here. Maddie, I'm mad about you. Oh, we ain't kidding, Maddie. It has been a crazy year. I'm gonna extend it out to the whole year. On your own, Kiera? Okay, listen. Do we know the status, Retro, on what's going on with Hugh and Dragons? Did they make a love connection? Did I spark romance there? Because if not, we need Hugh to help out Kiera. Although we got to work Hugh in slowly. You have 4 kids, though, Kiera. No offense. I know it's hard. Trust me, as a single dad of 2, if I mentioned that I had 2 kids, sometimes that didn't go over so good. And guess what? They didn't need to be there anyway, right? Because you're a parent, you love your kids. Right? So we'll see if Hugh is truly a gentleman. See. We'll test it. We'll test it. We'll test. We'll just see how much Hugh is a gentleman.
All right, you have successfully framed the custodian.
13 to 8.
Relatively well.
I guess we head
need
back
to
to
tell-
the... Well, let's have a sleepy sleep. It's nighttime.
It is nighttime. You have
Back
a sleep.
to your fam, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Fam bam.
Fam dam, thank you.
Have a
man.
rest.
Yeah.
Have a rest,
While
rest.
they're
And
rest-
then in the
while-
morning, off to the Eldrin.
While they're resting, after Bob's special alone time, he reads the book.
All right, you start reading your book.
So
No, you need 6 days.
How do we
It's
kind
48
48
hours.
hours over 6 days.
maybe we did this after our rest, but alerting the authorities or whatever.
I think we do it in the morning.
Okay, that's
Go talk to Eldrin. That should be the very first...
48
Just so
hours
things don't fuck there.
if I
Like,
do 4.
The sooner the better, before they get time to kind of go.
to be honest, we should almost go immediately.
Why don't we
but
do it
it's
now?
nighttime, obviously.
8 hours a day for 6 days.
But
It's nighttime. The Eldrin family
But
will be
crime-
asleep as well.
but that doesn't
24
matter.
hours.
The longer we wait, the more. Okay, the longer we wait, the longer that girls and I kind of want to really.
We'll go first thing in the morning.
But first thing, why though? It's
Eldrin
just
family will be asleep.
let's
We'll be
not
waking
let
them up.
crime.
It's the middle of the night.
Who gives a fuck? It's like it's crime. This is like big crime thing going on.
Okay, Greg, big crime
Okay,
thing. Wow,
somebody
wow.
got murdered. Let's notify the authorities tomorrow.
But no one was murdered. It'll look dodgy if we go right now because...
Would it look dodgy if we go regardless?
No, because we've been doing investigating. Investigating isn't so urgent that you need to tell someone in the middle of the night.
I'm worried about the girl. Okay.
As am I, Greg.
No, I don't think you. I
love that Baradoon and a cleric are talking to one another. I think this is the best part. We're on episode 139. They've developed these relationships together, and like now the fact that Greg is a cleric, obviously in the right here that they need to do something about this girl in the cage. But Baradoon trying to talk Greg down here. This is wonderful. This is great interaction.
I don't think anyone else is. I don't think anyone else is.
Good night.
Candidate for high sorcerer.
Yeah. You do not have
But
my
hey,
vote.
this is the thing of being a giant world leader. You got to make tough
You
choices.
got to make the tough choices. That's why I'm a good high
But you're not. This isn't a tough choice for you. You're not struggling with it.
No, I'm not ready.
Okay,
let's go in the morning. It looks suspicious if we go now.
Well, I mean, I don't think it will look suspicious because we're just going to dob them in. That's a suspicious activity, right?
Nothing changes.
I'm a little bit confused about who we're dobbing them into.
We're just going to the Eldrin
family. Who are the ones
who kind of commissioned us to do
Although
this.
I suppose, that will look kind of dodgy because they don't know we've been smuggling stuff. We've just been doing it. So if we do turn up in the middle of the night, we've finished our investigations. You should go right now.
Investigating is not something that is so time pressing. You need to wait.
I forgot that they weren't in on this part.
Yeah,
of the
they're not
plan.
in on the plan.
Okay.
There is also the police force, the Sanguine Guards. You can just
an anonymous
tip to the Sanguine Guards could also.
That's true.
Exactly.
But is that what our plan was with
that was
the
not
Eldrins?
necessarily our plan. Our plan was to find out who's doing the smuggling.
Because an anonymous tip won't necessarily be us, and so we go to the Eldrins and we're like, they got busted, and the Eldrin's like, well, did you do anything? We're like, yeah.
Did it have
Yeah,
to be
we
us?
planted this.
Yeah, because we're getting in the favor.
So we need
we're
to go.
getting their favor.
Let the Eldrin family call the Snake Wine guys.
While
That's
you
not our
guys
thing.
are all like talking about this, I've just gone to bed. Okay? But
Roger
Roger's
is
gone.
sleeping.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I go to sleep.
Where have you gone to bed?
Are we not back at Blade Song?
Well, we were debating.
You're on a different
like, I
island.
guess-
You're on Straya. still.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
we're in Australia.
You just got to be in the middle of an alley somewhere. Like, all right.
We're
Gets his
We're still in the
bedroll out.
office.
Gets his bedroll out. I'm going to.
I think we go back to the Blade
Mission
songs.
accomplished.
Blade Songs.
Let's
okay.
go back to the Blade songs.
Back to Blade Songs.
That's what I would do.
All right.
I don't want to.
Is that 7 more silver?
Yeah, and then of course Greg's upset because then the girl's still in the cage, but they are going back to the Blade songs, which is probably the right move to do to continue the campaign forward here. For the love of God, sometimes I think Rob invents these storylines and these narratives that are way above most of their heads. Do you also feel like that? Put a 1 in chat sometimes. Like Rob has a wonderful imagination and he puts so much work into these narratives, and sometimes I feel like the amount of discussion that happens when they go through this, it's like, wow, you know. Whew.
More Blade songs.
You going? Yeah.
Sure.
No, we're not.
139. 139, man.
No, I'm just saying because it was very.
Greg in this one used the lamp of revealing, finally using an item, Maddie. So we were all very happy that that one of the party members finally used an item and the correct one.
Up in the air about it.
I follow them.
Because Barradin's right. If we go to the Eldrins in the middle of the night and go, investigation's done, but for no reason, you should go right now.
That is a sign of a good GM or DM. The fact that he has so many branches prepared, depending on what the group chooses to do. Right. Yeah, because I mean that was the reason I really liked when Bob used his hero token, which is a game mechanic where you can use it and get out of a dodgy situation by using the token, which is cool. And he did it at the right particular point in time to save them, because if he didn't, that alarm would have gone off and the whole thing would have been botched up, and that would have opened up a whole new storyline that he had prepared. So absolutely, Eric. Absolutely. And yes, these are all from Rob's imagination. Everything up to this point, Diva, everything that we've been experiencing so far, the whole narrative has all been from Rob's brain. So, you know, huge props to him for it. But sometimes they get involved in like certain portions of this campaign where it gets really deep, and the guys kind of lose their way after a while.
Now, we assume, I don't know, it's just a bit weird.
And remind me why that's bad. Sorry for us.
Just because as an investigator, it would never be so time pressing that you'd wake them up in the middle of the night. Whereas if we'd done something dodgy in the middle of the night.
I guess we could, because we could have investigated and seen that there's a child slave in there, and you should potentially go quickly.
Yeah, what is our story? What is our official story?
Some of these were actually modules and campaigns but other narratives that Rob has inserted into it. Right.
Official story.
The official story is we managed to investigate, ingratiate ourselves with the custodians and find out that they are the ones doing all the smuggling.
And part of that story is we kind of went into their. We saw their warehouse.
We got invited into their warehouse.
It doesn't have to be, but I guess so. We could just get reliable word.
Rumors.
We had been told by a friend of ours, Alduino Custodia.
Because again, we don't need to say, you need to go and you'll find this, you'll find that, you'll find this. So we've heard that they're the ones doing it, and then they'll go and investigate and look at all the stuff.
Probably a more wise way to
go
the story.
Because us sneaking around and breaking in.
Yeah, we don't want to go. We went there because that gets dodgy.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Just we've been investigating.
We left. We closed all the doors and windows.
Who could say?
Nobody did
really
any
does,
investigation.
Diva. He really does.
The office to see if there was anything other incriminating evidence about them or anything. Okay. But I'll just skip that part of the document.
We kind of did just go in there and just go vault, sweet.
Some stuff.
I mean, it doesn't matter. They're going to be investigated anyway.
Actually, was it too late now?
You can go back if you like.
The whole trafficking thing.
I think it's just implied that we're which part? What did you say?
No, about investigators. I think it's too late.
To kind of go while we're there, would have been nice to go. Let's get some more evidence on the trafficking.
Somebody had one heist token left?
Yeah,
I do.
Adam does. I use both one.
Maybe we can use that heist token to still.
Oh, cool, man! Cool.
I remembered that we needed to make sure that we looked into the things.
Same.
We did a bit of research about trafficking and go.
And now the heist was complete. It was a shame that we didn't find out any information about how the custodians are doing their operation. Or did we? I accidentally used a 4th token that I didn't have.
I knew that there would be a whole lot of information in the office, so I chatted to the guard about where I should be looking in the office because he knows what's her name?
Such a
because he knows Pelenia really well. He told me that I should be looking
in her logbook,
in her office.
Now that's a perfect example of metagaming. That is the old school definition of metagaming, and unfortunately, Maddie missed the part where I told my definition of metagaming and what the world currently thinks what metagaming is. The 90s definition of metagaming is completely different than the RP New World definition of metagaming, and that's the confusion I think that people have. This is actual metagaming. He's using a token he never had. He's exploiting the game within the game. That's true metagaming. That's the 90s definition of metagaming. He's exploiting the system.
So I had a big old look in her office.
Hey, fellow worker, how's it going? So where do we keep the drugs again? Now that we got broken into, that's right, in the crates and the
where does
office.
Pelenia keep her incriminating evidence?
Yeah. Lots of incriminating stuff, right? Yeah, totally.
Anyway, great to see you.
Perfect
So good
example right there.
All right.
Oh my god.
The things you discover while other people are trying to work out the code and getting into the vault, planting stuff, trying to stop him stealing stuff.
That was like a full
closing the vault
circle.
again,
That's perfect.
reopening it, get
Perfect
Bob
that we
back out of
talked
the
about
vault,
this.
closing
Good
it again.
episode tonight.
Get what's it out
Good
of the vault.
episode.
Stop it. While they're doing that, you were unsecond looking for logbooks and things. The information you found is that the people they smuggle are prisoners from the Straya prison, correctional facility.
Okay.
What they do is they will use their tinkerer, their gnomish tinkerer, to create automatons that look like children, that vaguely resemble the prisoners. One of the females of the custodiate family is a changeling. She can change her appearance at will. Mm-hmm. She changes to look like their spouse. She walks in with the kid for visitation day, and she has a one-on-one visitation. The automaton disassembles itself. She gives them a potion of youth. The prisoner turns into the child, essentially, a younger version of themselves. The automaton takes their place and then and disassembles itself later in the prison, and then she walks out with them. They smuggle them out of the prison, and it's only for people who can pay 1,000 gold for the service.
So they're smuggling bad people.
So they're smuggling prisoners out of prison.
Wow.
So there's a high chance that Alf in the cage might have been a prisoner.
Very good chance of that.
Might have been a bad guy that we would have.
Wait, sorry. We're saying
always
they're a
been a
bad
bad
person,
guy.
or they're their child? Well, I guess if they're coming out of prison. Wait, so they're
was
adults
The
in
custodiates
prison.
are smuggling adult prisoners out of prison
As
disguised
children.
as children.
Yeah.
So the child in the cage was.
What is going on with Rob's neck? Did you see Rob's neck's got a big bruise on it?
Smuggling
Hold on a
adult
second.
prisoners out of prison
As
disguised as.
Look at the bruise on the right. Look on his left-hand side, or this side.
Children.
Yeah.
So the
There's like a bruise or something there on his neck. Is he okay?
child in the cage was an automaton.
No.
the child in the cage was
There's
probably
someone who's
prisoner.
been escaped from prison.
And in the logbook, you also see in a separate book, you also see that occasionally, when the spouse can't pay, they will keep the prisoner as a child. They won't give them the antidote to reverse the potion of youth. They'll keep them as a child and then sell them as like child slaves. And
God, that's horrible.
That's so dark.
They're pretty messed up.
That's
They're pretty messed
Man, wow, that's really dark.
up, which
They're
is why
just trapped as
Eldwina,
children for
Eldwina, when she got to age where she was like, "What are we doing? What do we do for the family business?" She learned of what the family does, and she was like, "Well, this is fun." She trashed the lab where they made.
Totally what Eldwina should have done, which was Ellie's character early on in the teens, like the episodes in the teens. She was a custodian, and she was like, "Screw this! I'm getting out of here. Like, I don't want to be part of this mess."
The potions of youth and things. She trashed all of the automaton stuff, and then she scappered before they could kill her.
That's pretty dope.
The other thing you notice is that they have been selling kids
the
too, specifically.
and
They're
how
not
Ellie met
actually
them.
kids. They're meant to look
selling-
like kids.
selling
They're like adults that have been
shrunk down to look like children. And they've been selling them to an entry called Auntie in Ewelin, and an entry that just says PG in Honeywood.
Say it again, sorry?
They've been selling these children mostly. They've been selling them to a few different people who want them, but they've been selling them mostly to Auntie in Ewelin.
ANTE?
No, as in like your uncle and aunt. Auntie.
Auntie. That's how it's properly pronounced.
Auntie. We're saying the same thing.
What did you say in Honeywood? It's what?
Auntie.
Yeah, Auntie.
So that's obviously a code. Auntie. Auntie in Ewelin.
Auntie in Ewelin, and then PG in Honeywood.
Who do we know as PG?
PG.
And
then back to the present day, well, just after you've left the premises, using your fun.
Who is PG in Honeywood? PG. I've seen so much of Epic NPC, man. You think that I would know who PG is? Who's PG? Oh, that's going to bug me. I don't know who Auntie is. I say it like Ben says it. PG. Oh, this is going to bother me.
Final heist token.
Pig the garlic farmer. It turns out that Greg's actually a child smuggler this whole time.
Yeah.
You caught
you caught me. I would have got away with it.
Committed retract.
No, that's canon.
Okay. So we go to sleep.
All right.
Where?
At Blade Songs.
Blade Songs. Okay. So mark off your 7 silver for the transport back to the.
And Auntie and Ewelin was the forest or the swamp, wasn't Ewelin where they were at with it? Like, tell me that wasn't Ewelin in the where the hags were at, where they had that swamp adventure. Ewelin, I'm pretty sure, was the forest swamp area. Auntie.
Island of Tulay.
I'm
gonna go to Tulay and apologize.
Turn 5 of my gold into 50 silver because this is getting ridiculous.
No, you can't do that. You remember how we've been through
He's going to ask the customs agent.
The real roller coaster of you specifically asking me if you can take 700 copper pieces with you and stuff, and then you were like, "I'm sick of carrying this," and you spent them all at the casino so that you wouldn't have to carry shrapnel, and then now you need shrapnel.
So
you ask the customs agent, "Hey, can you break one of these?"
Hey, customs, can you break 5 gold into 50 silver?
Sure can.
No.
Thank you.
No.
Sleepy times.
So you all sleep at your family home in Tulay, and in the morning,
4 hours reading my book.
and you spend 4 hours of the 48 needed to read the book.
3 hours and 50 minutes after Bob's special time.
Only 10 minutes, okay. And that goes like
Fade to black.
Fade to black.
So there's that information you told us about how they got the prisoners out.
Disappointed head shake.
Did somebody tell us that, or is that just you?
Baradun learned that from reading, piecing together information in the thing.
Yeah, cool.
In the
So I'm
office.
not stressed out about that girl as much anymore. So I do get a good night's sleep.
Good to know.
PG. And he's telling me to sound it out. PG, pop, poo, P, G, Pija, PJ, Pija,
In the morning, Mob wakes you probably before all the rest of you because you're all elves, don't need to sleep so much. Mob comes and you fill him in on your success.
Pig. No, not pig. Damn it.
He's thankful. Thanks you for your service doing this for him, and says that sure enough, he's a man of his word. He'll owe you something in the future as well for doing this for him.
Thank you very much.
But no.
Part of that will be to cut back on his smuggling at least for a while to kind of ease off the tensions on the Eldrins so that you can get good with them. He also says that Telelan, the dickhead that got you aside in the customs and took 5 platinum from you, he's not going to be a problem anymore. He's wearing heavier shoes these days.
Thank you very much, Mob.
Greg, so you know what he's saying is they've put concrete on his feet and put him in the ocean, so he's dead.
PG360.
We did try to lighten his load though. He had this on him, and he hands you 5 platinum.
Thank you very much.
So he took 5 platinum from his dead body
and
put him in the ocean.
Thank you for clarifying. This whole world.
It's a harsh world.
This whole world.
It's dark. It's a mad.
I just go to a window and I can lean against the edge and look out.
Do you still smoke?
Betty.
When you contemplate? Yeah.
Clerics can smoke.
Yeah, I can smoke.
It's gonna kill me, Calvo.
Cleric had the light.
Cleric up there got a light.
Oh my God.
Cleric had the got a light.
He is. He's going to set you up with an invite to the island Delarine.
He's going to set us up with her.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because he's got contacts, and it's an invite-only situation. So he's going to
5
contact
a.m. this morning.
the authorities to tip them off and deal with that situation, and then he's got contacts with the Eldrin family to say, "Hey, these guys."
Pretty handy having a brother in the mob.
Have you heard? Yeah. Have you heard about this new adventuring party that's going on?
Maybe as long as
he
it doesn't
does for that
spoil me with
reason,
the
though,
story.
ask you what you want to be called when you are introduced to the Eldrins.
You son of a bitch.
No, okay. I've learned my lesson, guys, after that one time that I let my name slip. Maybe we don't call Barradoon in the dickheads. Stephen Thorley the Third.
Stephen and the fuckers. There we go.
The Dingo Dudes.
The Dingo Dudes. Okay, listen, if you're watching on YouTube, definitely like and share. The playlist, again, is going smashingly well. You guys are doing a great job liking and sharing all of these wonderful times that we're having together here live. If you can get here live, we do this every Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're really shooting on more support so that we can actually make Wednesday nights our Dungeons and Dragons night and have 2 or 3 hours of this. And eventually Thursday we could do Star Citizen stream 2 to 3 hours, and we could kind of not have to mash the two together on one night. But that's going to take a lot more support than we currently have. I would like to thank everybody that supports this channel. You make it possible for me to be here. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. You mean the world to me. Thank you for sharing your time with me, and I will see you next week.